Welcome to the webinar on tallying pipe. When we get through this, you should know how to use all of the tally grabbing operations in OCOS. You'll also know how to ship specific tallied joints off of a job. So we've received an order and we need to tally some pipe up to make sure our client gets the proper footage. To do this, I'm going to go into Search for Pipe to open up our Pipe Explorer. And next I'm going to open up the job we're going to be tallying. In this case, job 5258. Double click it to open it. So the first batch of tallies we've got was measured out in the field, recorded on a sheet of paper, and the sheet of paper has been given to me. So to enter tallies, if you don't have them in a digital format, we're going to use enter joints. So it brings up this screen. The current joint field is filled in with the job's average length. This way you can quickly enter variations in length by using the number pad to fill in the number after the decimal. As you can see, there are already 5 tallies here, each with specific lengths. So I'll go ahead and plug in my 5 new tallies. Now we have 2 joints that measure 31.22, so for the second one, instead of hitting 22 and enter again, I'm going to hit the repeat button. And this button simply repeats the last measurement entered. This way, if you end up with a bunch of tallies of the same length, you can rapidly input them by just clicking the repeat button. So as you can see, we now have 2 tallies that are 31.22. This screen is also optimized for touchscreen input, so if you're using OCOS on a tablet or touch monitor, you can use that by clicking Touch Entry, and it opens up this number pad if it isn't already present. So now we have a total of 10 tally joints using the Enter Joints screen. Alright, and to get back from the Job screen from the Enter Joint screen, we're going to click Show Job Header. And now we're back on the regular job screen. So say you have an external tallying device, such as a Leica disto. OCOS allows you to connect with the device and enter the data automatically. To do this, we're going to use the Tally Now screen. And that brings up the tally grabber. Now from here, you'll need to click Device Input, then Connect. To connect to an external tallying hardware, your computer needs to be Bluetooth enabled, and you'll need the Leica Disto Transfer software installed on your machine. A more thorough tutorial can be found here on our support site. Now this screen can also be used manually, similar to the Enter Joint screen. The number pad functions the same, but there are a few differences elsewhere on this screen. As of note, Enter Joints shows all joints that are tallied. However, the tally grabber screen shows an empty box until you enter joints, so it only shows joints that you've entered in this session of using tally grabber. So let me fill in another few joints here. And we're done entering those, so now we hit Finish. And this is going to ask you if you wish to reduce bulk from the original tally. If you click yes, the system will subtract joints from bulk to match the joints that you tallied. So let's click that. Give it a moment to think. And as you can see, that reduces our bulk count by 5. So that's how you enter joints via the tallying. Alright, so on to our last method. If you have an Excel spreadsheet with your tallied joints on it, you can import tallied joints on a spreadsheet directly into OCOS. So to do that, we're going to click the Import button up top here. And here you have a number of options. I'm going to use an Excel file with only joints on it, so I'm going to choose the appropriate option. And click Next. And if you're using Excel 2010 or newer, as I am, you'll need to change this drop down here, next to file name, to Excel 2010 to 2013 worksheet. And we're going to double click to open our file. From here, the program reads the spreadsheet and displays values to the right so that you can verify it. Now this information is correct, so we're going to click Finish. And again, it's going to ask if I want to reduce bulk. And again, we do, so we're going to click Yes. And there you go. That's how to import tallies from a spreadsheet. Lastly, OCOS supports shipping tallied joints in general by using normal transfer dialogues. However, sometimes you'll need to ship specific joints to meet customer needs. To do this, we'll need to go back into the Enter Joint screen. And from here, we're going to tick the select checkboxes on the joints that you would like to ship. Once you have the proper joint selected, you're going to right-click on the length box up top and click Transfer Selected Joints. And that will bring up this dialog, asking you to select a job to transfer these joints to. I'm going to create a new job for these joints since we're only going to ship them specifically. And that's going to create a new job with only the specific selected tallies on it. From here, you can follow your normal shipping workflow to ship this job out as. Alright, time to wrap up. Hopefully now you can understand how OCOS tracks and uses Tallied Pipe.